The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's. Great Wall Motors, the great cars of China. And Jim Beam, the bourbon.
It is the second match of a doubleheader on NRL Sunday, round 3, coming to you live and exclusive from ANZ Stadium, where the Bulldogs take on the Roosters. Canterbury Bankstown looking for 3 straight wins to start a season. They haven't done that since 1995 when they won a premiership, while the Roosters today will play their 2000th premiership match. They won game 500, they won game 1000, won game 1500. Can they win game 2000? Those supporters will be hoping that they don't. Let's have a look at the Roosters lineup for this afternoon. It is as per program 1 through 7. It is in the back row. There is a change. Frank Paul Nuasala gets the start, which means Mitchell Orbison goes back to the interchange bench where he wears jumper number 12. The coach is Brian Smith. The man with the captain next to his name is Braithen Astor, and Gary Belcher joining me in commentary. He is a jack of all trades for the Sydney Roosters.
He certainly is playing in the back row, but he's a lock forward. He's a 5'8". Predominantly started his career certainly there with the Bulldogs, and it must be great for Brian Smith to have, well, basically 5'8" ball players either side of the ruck to assist Mitchell Pearce there. Carney on one side and Astor on the other. Hits a great hole as well. He's a real all-rounder, fits into that back row position nicely.
There are the Bulldogs wearing their Camp quality socks, and it's a big game for them. They haven't won 3 in a row to start the season since 1995. As I mentioned, they won the premiership that year. Their as-per program 1 through 7. Jamal Idris in outstanding form. They do have a couple of changes in the forward pack. They've brought off the bench Mickey Payer, and Frank Pritchard will start his first game for the Bulldogs today, which means going back to the interchange bench, Sam Casiano and Jake Foster. The coach, of course, is Kevin Moore. And while Jamal Idris has been the focus of most of the attention for the Bulldogs, Gary, one man doing a pretty good job quite quietly is that man there, number 5, Bryson Goodwin.
He's continued that tradition of very good winger and goal kickers, but he's just got this wonderful ability to find the line, Bryson Goodwin. Really good out of dummy half, great in the air, finds the line with not much room to move when he gets a little bit down that touch line, and he kicks goals. He's kicking it over 80% as well for the Bulldogs.
Well, this time last season, it was round 3 in 2010. The Bulldogs got their biggest ever win over the Sydney Roosters, and one man that took part in that match and will be hoping maybe deep down that his beloved Bulldogs can do it again this afternoon. Of course, Brett Camorley joining us on the touchline this afternoon. And Brett, last year's game, the key for the Bulldogs was their dummy half runs. Do you see it being any different this afternoon?
No, that's right, Mark. Last year's game plan was certainly a lot of dummy half running. The reliance on quick play balls last year led to a 60-14 scoreline here in round 3 last year. So I expect the importance of the first 3 to be quick play the balls, but obviously the forward battle today is a big battle. You know, Aidan Tolman, Frank Pritchard starting, and obviously good intentions. And on the other side, Braithen Astor is important for the Roosters, but Frank Paul Nuasala, Roosters under a bit of pressure. Brian Smith has signalled his intentions to start big and become very physical, and I look forward to the forward battle. The other thing I look forward to today is the Camp Quality partnership with the Bulldogs. Check out how bright the socks are. A great partnership between Camp Quality and the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they are quite bright. There they are, the yellow Camp Quality socks, and it's a big day for the Bulldogs. Their partnership with Camp Quality is Camp Quality Sunday here at ANZ Stadium. And we just saw before that, there's the Roosters fans. They will be cheering shortly because their team is on its way out here at ANZ Stadium. The rain has stopped, which is good news. A bit of sunshine out at the moment, and hopefully that sunshine will stay and we won't have any rain this afternoon, although there are some pretty dark clouds hanging around ANZ Stadium here this afternoon for what should be a terrific round 3 NRL clash between these two teams. A big day for the Roosters. 2,000 premiership matches, and they've got a special jumper, and there are those dark clouds. The special jumper they're wearing today where all their premiership winning players and internationals, 172 or 174 depending on who you speak to, all on the jersey there today. There is one of those internationals, Sam Perrott, a Kiwi international. And a big day for this man, Todd Carney. Second game this year.
Yeah, it wasn't a great performance by the Roosters last week, but a positive was Todd Carney's comeback. He missed the first round, groin surgery in the off-season. He got through unscathed, and apparently everything is okay in that department, and he'll be right. The coaches told him just to slot back into the system first and foremost and not try to be the dominant game breaker just yet, but I've got a feeling he's an instinctive player. If he sees something, he'll have a go.
Here come the Bulldogs, led out by their captain Andrew Ryan with those bright camp quality socks as they kick some footballs into the crowd. A reasonably healthy crowd here on a Sunday afternoon. Plenty of blue and white, and they'll be hoping this man can continue his outstanding form.
It's hard not to mention this player, Jamal Idris, given what he's done in the first couple of rounds. You talked a bit about him before the game, Mark. He had a blinder last week. He completely overshadowed Greg Inglis when they beat the Rabbitohs, and I'm sure he's been penciled into that New South Wales Origin jersey after only just 2 rounds of the competition. He's powerful. His strength and speed is just fantastic. Reminds me a bit of Gene Miles at his best.
It's a big rap.
Athleticism and ability. He's got it all.
If he ends up being half the player that Gino was when he retired, he's a pretty handy footballer. Now, referees today, Ashley Klein and Adam Depsich, the 2 men in charge for NRL Sunday, round 3. The second match in a doubleheader. We are underway. Bryson Goodwin, boot to ball, and the Roosters will get first use of it, defending the northern end of ANZ Stadium. And Martin Kennedy, the former Ipswich junior, has the first hit up of the afternoon. And Aidan Tolman is there to meet him. Riddell's at acting half. Up towards the 20-metre line they go. He's losing the shorts there. Here's the skipper and Asta. Here's Riles. 30 metres out from the Roosters line. Very slow play, the ball. Here's Miles. 10 short of halfway. Tolman involved in the defence. Mickey Payer as well. Now the kick coming from Pearce. Nice bounce though for Ben Barber. But the chase is very good from the Roosters, led by Mitchell Pearce. But Miles made the tackle with Carney.
It'll want to be good too. That chase all afternoon on Ben Barber. They weren't going to give him any room at all there. A nicely placed kick into the corner. Indeed, they're up there in force. Oh, that's a knockback.
Payer tried to get the ball away, and Mitchell Pearce dived upon it when there was just a little bit of lack of communication amongst the Bulldogs. Now here's Nuasala. An error in the first set for Canterbury, and the Sydney Roosters down the short side. Riddell with the dummy, hitting a solid tackle by Lappard. And forced back. Goodwin involved as well. Andrew Ryan is there also with Pritchard. Kenny Dow, Minicello, Pearce, Carney. Kennedy back on the angle. Payer got through the first attempted tackle there by Ennis, and Tolman came in to assist Mickey Payer. Now here is Pearce finding Riles, who runs at Stagg. He wraps the football up, and Hodkinson was around the legs. Last tackle here for the Roosters. It comes to Carney kicking into the in-goal area. No real chase through the legs, was it, of Keating? Yes. 20-metre restart. Well, the chase wasn't great from the Roosters.
Oh, I think Keating was lucky he didn't get a hand to it there. It looked like he was going to make a play at it. It wasn't a bad kick, but yeah, where were the chasers? Oh, yeah, it stayed low. Goes over the dead ball line. Not a bad set, was it, from the Roosters in attack?
Now they've been caught inside the 10 from the restart. And the Bulldogs will breathe a sigh of relief because Mickey Payer got the offload away and there was just no one there to take it. And Mitchell Pearce not even close to being onside.
He got called into the starting lineup, Mickey Payer, but it wasn't to do that. He wasn't to try to get away offloads real early.
Well, there's a high shot thought on Tolman. The referee says no. It has been good, Aidan Tolman, in his first 2 games for his new club. Andrew Ryan certainly has a new lease of life this year. He's been pretty good also. The skipper, Ennis, back to Stagg. Through the tackle of Riddell. But Riles is there to bring it to ground with Kennedy. Ennis, Tolman had overrun it. Hodkinson now. And Asta with the tackle. They're 33 metres away from the line. Ennis down the short side. Here's Barber. The crowd was anticipating a pass there to Idris, and he's near touch. He keeps the ball alive to Ennis. He keeps the ball back in the field of play to Hodkinson, who now finds Stagg, who goes forward. Well, that was a little bit fortunate there for the Bulldogs. It is the last tackle, 20 metres away from the line, down the short side again. Hodkinson with a kick. Minicello has it covered, and Idris shows that he can tackle as well as a danger with the football. It's a goal line dropout.
Well, we knew he could tackle. We knew he could hit. Jamal Idris, nicely placed kick, and he couldn't do anything better here. Anthony Minicello, perfect position, sat up for him. He just tried to straighten up and hold his line, but Idris bulldozed him. Bulldozed him straight back into the in-goal area. Oh, it's a good impact, isn't it?
And the slow motion camera just shows you how much the collision affects the body of both players.
Stay onside! Stay onside!
Braithen Astor. Goal line dropout, but he didn't hit as sweetly as he would have liked, which means the Dogs are now 18 metres out from the line. Hodkinson. Now here's Payer. 15 metres away. Most of their attack has gone to the right-hand side to start this match, the Bulldogs. Will they come left here in this set for Frank Pritchard to go one-on-one with Kenny Dowell? Here they come. Pritchard goes the decoy. Kenny Dowell up to make the tackle on Barber. That is the 10-metre line just in front of him down the short side. Keating. Keating takes on Riddell, who makes a solid tackle. And slow to his feet, Keating, and who can blame him? Barber. Hodkinson. Cross-field kick. Here comes Turner, just way too deep though from the boot of Keating. And little trouble there for Leilua, and the Roosters survive.
He didn't hit it right, did he? Two passes wide. Everything set up nicely for a kick there, but just went too deep from Hodkinson. Roosters hanging in there defensively. I think they're going to see plenty of Frank Pritchard on this left-hand edge. They used him as a decoy first opportunity, but it'll be hard to stop.
Here's an Astor.
Andrew Ryan up now. That was a good.
Kennedy. Mickey Payer there. Couldn't stop the run of Kennedy. Stagg and Ryan did that. Here's Pearce. Carney. Now here's Perrott. With Kenny Dowell on his outside. He took the tackle on 5. Laffey, the defender. Now here's Pearce. To the wing of Turner, gets some protection from Idris, but couldn't get the football. And somehow it's ended up in the hands of Trent Hodkinson. Astor got a play on it. In fact, it wasn't an Astor, it was Linnett. Got a play on it, but couldn't hang on to it. Ennis. Now Turner. Hodkinson. Now here's Stagg. Ended up very quickly. That's the tackle, 10 short of the halfway line. Here is Jamal Idris, his first run of the afternoon. Not much of an opportunity for him there, but he's still going. Finally taken to ground after picking up 10 metres with relative ease. Tolman. Riddell waits for him. 5 gone here for Canterbury. Keating. Kicking into the corner. Has he got too much on this one? Minicello, I hope so. Just over the dead ball line.
Get inside, Bulldogs.
Yeah, there wasn't much of an opportunity for Idris on the right side. I've got a feeling that they'd want to use Ben Barber there as often as possible, because he does tend to draw a few defenders to him with some footwork, and if you can get Idris one-on-one, even on 2 defenders, he's going to be half a chance.
Get up there, Mickey Payer. Wait, boys, wait, right side.
Carney. Linnett, 5 short of halfway. Riddell. Minicello. Just needs a couple of tries today to equal Bill Mullins. That would be something in game 2000 for the club. Is that a new club record? Last tackle. Carney. High in the air. Good, weren't tested. Kenny Dowell's knocked that forward. Barber on the short side. Kenny Dow waits for him. Get some assistance from Mitchell Pearce. Very quickly there, the Roosters. Here's Pritchard, right into space. Where's the support? Here comes Keating. There's Barber. Kenny Dow makes the tackle, but not before he unloads to Michael Ennis. And they go 70 metres, the Bulldogs, to score the first try of the afternoon. And one of the very few touches early for Frank Pritchard. And that is why he started the game. The Dogs lead by 4 points to 0.
That's a great try, isn't it, from the Bulldogs to go 70-odd metres on the back of a Roosters kick. Now, twice the Roosters have put up bombs. They've competed, but just haven't come up with anything. Nice short ball to Andrew Ryan, finding space. Barber looming. Well, he would have gone all the way, but for that tackle by Kenny Dowell, and a nice pass over his shoulder to his hooker, Michael Ennis, under the posts. Beautiful play there. Well, he just pulled in that extra defender. Did someone come off their line for Pritchard, and that allowed Andrew Ryan the space. Barber and Ennis backed up to do the honours.
They didn't go 70, they went nearly 90. And Frank Pritchard shows how dangerous he can be, but the support play is the key there.
It was a great play, yeah. And the awareness back that close to your try line, just to be thinking about the offload. It's great to see.
There's Goodwin from right in front. He adds the extra 2 points. And so the Bulldogs lead by 6 points to 0 as we go down to the touchline. Brett Kamali, just the second touch of the afternoon for Frank Pritchard, and it was a beauty.
Yeah, it was a beauty. You saw the first set of 6 there. The Dogs used Frank as a Pritchard, and then obviously the second time he gets the ball, the Roosters come and put 3 and 4 on him, and just good awareness from Andrew Ryan. You said he's got fresh legs. Geez, he looks young. Good push-up, good support, and a lot of Bulldogs here in the screen, which is great to see.
And that's what makes the coach happy, isn't it? Not just the fact that maybe there's one player there. As Brett pointed out, Chris Keating was there as well. And Barber had backed up initially. And that man there, Frank Pritchard, he could well be the buy of the year, and in front of the kicker. Oh, that hurts. Frank Paul Nuasala was the man. That's who the referees pointed out. And let's have a look. And for step over.
Michael Ennis pointed out they've been doing it all day. Their second kick-off of the afternoon.
That's the first, because the Bulldogs kicked off.
Not early, guys, make sure you wait.
And the Bulldogs chant goes up. Ennis. Now here's Pritchard. Tries to get between Riles and Kennedy. This time they wrap the football up. Ennis points to the left. Keating goes to the right. They go towards Keating. Cuts out Tolman. Hodkinson can't get away from Carney. 10 metres away from the line. Here's Ryan. Quick play, the ball Stagg. He's 5 metres away. The Roosters under the pump here at the moment. Keating. Now here's Hodkinson. Dummies on the inside to Pay. Goes on the outside to Pritchard. Laffite scored a try on debut last week. Flicks it out the back to Goodwin. And basketball over the top to Hodkinson. Says to Tolman, settle it down for us. And now we've got the last tackle. Keating goes to acting half. Hodkinson, first receiver. Cross field kick. This is better weighted. Idris leaping high. And Jamal Idris has stolen the ball out of the air. The referee wants a check, but the Dogs, I think, have gone back to back. Did it hit a Roosters player? That is what we're asking, or the referee is asking. Our video referee this afternoon, Phil Cooley.
Well, they're onside. From the moment it left the boot, they were onside. Idris had put his hand up earlier. He wanted this for sure. He saw that they were stretched out here, the Roosters defenders. Has it come off of him first, gone forward? I think he just, even if it did come off, he regathered it straight away.
That's a try, you would think.
Oh, great leap.
I think it was a Roosters hand anyway that touched it, Linnett, at first. I don't think it's hit any Rooster player after it was touched by Jamal Idris. I would suggest that's going to be a try.
That's great awareness while you're in the air, you're spinning, the ball comes loose and you regather it. Had to pull it back in. Got to be a
Here
try.
is the decision from Phil Cooley. And there is the try. Jamal Idris gets his second for the season. And after being penalised from the restart, the Roosters have conceded another try, 10 points to 0 with a kick to come.
Well, nicely placed there from Hodkinson. One early that went really way too deep. That one perfectly placed just before the try line. Idris flying. Look at that in the super slow-mo. Yeah, it has come off Linnett's hand for the Roosters. Idris pulls it back in one-handed. Over he goes. Cause a few headaches out there this afternoon.
And Bryson Goodwin adds the extra 2, and what a handy lead here it is for the Bulldogs. And how long before the Roosters start thinking about the scoreline from last year? Gary, 60 points to 14.
I think they'll be thinking about staying on side from this kickoff.
And they're well and truly behind the line at the moment. .12-0. And here's Tolman. 15 metres out from their own line here, the Dogs. Here's Nicky Payer. Keating, Pritchard. Just shy of the 30-metre line. And you consider that their first set, the Bulldogs, was an awful bit of play. Payer offloading, and there was no one there to catch the football. And they were under the pump from the start of the game. It's been a remarkable turnaround on the back of some good play from the Bulldogs and some good lack of discipline from the Roosters.
One thing I like to see with the Bulldogs when they're bringing the ball out of their own end is that their forwards are all on their toes going forward. The whole pack. Oh, that's a good run. Leilua.
And the Roosters have only completed 2 sets so far in the game. Here's Carney. Had very little football. Riles, Mitch Orbison has come on for the Roosters, their first interchange. After 15 minutes, Frank Paul Nuwasala goes to the bench. Here's an Asta, throwing a dummy and taken to ground inside the 20 of the Bulldogs and milks the penalty. That was a good penalty for the Roosters to get there. It was the last tackle as Kevin Moore looks on.
Stay your Bulldogs. Stands here if they tap it.
Just a bit messy, I think, is it Hodkinson getting up over the top of the tackle player. And
Let's go, Jamal. Nick, Ennis, come on.
yeah, no problem with that penalty.
Tackle 1. Goal line, Bulldogs down the goal line. Get up.
10 metres away from the line.
Now offside, Nick, Ennis. Michael Ennis.
Kennedy. Another penalty.
Easy, boys, easy. Get out of it. Get out of it, you two. Get up. Michael Ennis, get up. Get up. Get out of it. Come off, Adam.
Well, if they had doubles on players involved in the first blue of the game, you'd love to have 9 for the Bulldogs every week, wouldn't you?
Yeah, just about.
Mick Ennis would be odds-on favourite.
He'd be somewhere in that.
Yeah. Michael, Eddie. Listen, mate, the penalty's gone against you. Yeah. I expect you to get up and get on the goal line. Yes, I did. Yes. I expect you to get up and get off the goal line. Don't get involved in that. Righto. You going to take it, Ash? You take it. On the line. Enough for Chile. Mark, the penalty's here. You're going to take it back. Hang on, mate. Wait, Michael. On the line. Call time back on when you're ready, Ash. Call time back on when you're ready. Come on.
Well, here's an opportunity for the Roosters, and Asta 5 metres away from the line. Carney, Riles, Kennedy, Ennis over the top. And a little bit of a push. And now he gives away a penalty again, Michael Ennis. Could easily have gone the other way.
Michael?
No, thin ice, mate. Very thin ice. Okay? Thin ice. Nothing silly.
It could have gone the other way there, I thought. And here's Riles. Ennis is there to wait.
Well, Michael Ennis skates on thin ice 80 minutes every week. So
here's Kennedy
different.
again. He almost rolled over and reached out. Ennis was around the legs. Ryan was over the top. Pearce and Nesta under the high shot from Idris. Over the top. And Carney scores. The Roosters are back. Jamal Idris came out of the line, didn't make the tackle. Wonderful pass from Anasta, and Todd Carney scores the try after ill discipline from the Bulldogs, gave the Roosters consecutive sets.
Yeah, a couple of penalties they gave away, the Bulldogs there, that really put them on the back foot. Here was there was a penalty for, I think, Michael Ennis being offside. They went on with it here, Martin Kennedy a bit, and then the same bloke involved with the same player, a penalty once again, a bit of push and shove, and here's the result. Anasta getting the wide ball, spins out of the tackle, went a little bit high there. Jamal Idris certainly had him in his sights, and he had three players on the outside to pick. Picked out his 5'8", Todd Carney, a speedster in his own right. He dashes into the corner. Needed that, the Roosters. They'd off to a pretty poor start, down 12-0.
They certainly did. Second try for the season, so a try last week against Manly, a try today. No goal kicking yet for Todd Carney, who's recovering, you would say, still from that groin injury, even though he's back playing, not taking on the responsibility of kicking for goal. Here's a tough one for Braithen Astor. He's only missed 3 so far this season. It is on the preferred side for a right foot around the corner kicker. He struck it pretty well. He struck it very well, Braithen Astor. And here's the tide starting to turn. Brett Kamali on the back of some ill discipline from the Bulldogs.
Yeah, well, certainly ill discipline can give a side a lift. The Roosters looked like they were struggling a little bit. They looked a bit out of puff, struggling for a bit of rhythm, but back-to-back penalties on your try line, hard to defend. We spoke before the game about dummy half scoot, and Kane Lynette got that set of 6 off to a good start. Sneaky short side run, both markers went the wrong way.
12-6, Kennedy, the return. Big set here for the Roosters to get their kick after points. We see so often teams just relax a little bit and turn the ball over. It's interesting to see how many teams do, as Brian Smith looks on. Flat.
Very flat, that pass. Some Bulldogs fans had picked it for being forward.
There's Riles. Miles. Pearce. High kick, Barber under it. It's a floater. He does well. He wouldn't have known where the goalposts were behind him. Would have known they were there somewhere. And it was a tough one for him.
Yeah, he could do nothing there but watch the footy.
Oh, there's a dangerous tackle. Mitch Orbison.
Easy now.
Not placed on report, but it will be looked at, you would think, during the week. He could have been in a dangerous position, and no doubt it was a penalty.
It's that lift when you get between the legs that so often gets you in trouble. Players ended up inverted, and he did there. Fortunately, Goodwin's okay.
Well, what it does mean that the Bulldogs, with the penalty, quite easily down towards the halfway line. Pritchard. And after only having completed 2 sets, the Roosters, when they were down 12-0, almost had 5 consecutive sets there to now have the possession really even up. It's almost 50-50. Now Hodkinson, Stagg. A little bit disjointed, that movement there from the Dogs as Idris is tackled. It's the 30-metre line he's playing it on. Keating to Tolman. This is away from Miles, who comes again with Orbison. Tackle number 5. Ennis to Keating. Barber kicking off the hands of Kenny Dowell, went backwards, says the referee. And the second one also went backwards, they say. Minicello.
Well, it wasn't a great kick because he got his hand in Kenny Dowell.
Michael, you're offside.
Michael Ennis penalised again. There's Martin Kennedy, who's come from the field.
He's always up there with the most penalised players, isn't he? Because he runs a fine line, Michael Ennis.
Well, he's conceded 3 so far this season, and he's conceded 3 in the first 22 minutes of this match.
A couple more the way he's going. Completion rates are good, aren't they, so far for both sides? Ball control's been great. Not great end to all the kicks, to all the sets. We've seen one try from a kick to Jamal Idris, but 8 from 10 for the Roosters, 9 from 10 for the Bulldogs. They've completed.
Miles. Here's Pearce. Putting the line on and looking back on. He's inside there for some support. There's none there, so he takes the tackle. And trying to find a spot to play the football. Here's Carney. The Sawyer's on. He runs the decoy. Orbison hitting a great tackle. By Keating. Dominant the call, and it is the last tackle here for the Roosters. Pearce deciding not to kick. Ennis misses the first time, and Pritchard nails Minicello. Changeover. Some body contact there.
He's going to know he's played a game of football today, Anthony Minicello. Smashed at the other end into his in-goal area by Idris earlier. And now this. He bounces away out the back here. Thinks he's loose and he's free, and then Frank Pritchard's shoulder gets him under the ribs. Yeah.
You turn around, you've eaten one, and oops, there's Frank Pritchard. Goodwin. Ball out the back somehow. Casiano's on the field. He's tackled just over the 30. Quick play the ball to Keating. There's a great tackle right around the legs from Nate Miles. Laffey driven back 10 short of halfway.
Sometimes it's good to go those short side, but that set the Roosters had about 8 defenders there against the Bulldogs too. Laffey's hurt his shoulder now from that tackle by Miles.
And there's a mistake from Casiano. He's in trouble, Laffey. It shows you don't have to actually go around the top. He's shortened Laffey up a little bit there. Right around the thighs he hit him.
Ooh. Well, there's the poor play of the ball.
Ooh, head on the arm.
Yeah, and maybe the arm has been pushed back into his rib. I guess he was winded.
Hopefully for him it is just winding. We saw, of course, Lottie Takiri suffer a suspected brachial fractured forearm last night. Shy of the 30-metre line. Mark Riddell coming off for the Roosters, and Jake Friend going on. That's their 4th interchange. Here's Miles. Very slow to his feet here, Nate Miles. Well, he's not hurting the tackle, but he gets up rather gingerly. There's a good shot from Idris on Linnett this occasion. 15 metres away from the line, down the short side. Minicello. He needs 2 to equal the club record. Can he get it in their 2000th game? Carney. Pearce, crossfield kick. Here's Perrott, one-on-one with Goodwin, who does well. That's a great take from Bryson Goodwin, because Sam Perrott is also very good in the air.
It's a real good take, and he'll have to keep doing that. Goodwin with Perrott out there jumping against him. But what he did, he got momentum. He got a few steps back from the ball, ran in and jumped. So that helped him get some height. Hands above his head. Beautiful take.
Tolman, 2 left in this set. That's Casiano. Now Keating. Good defence there from the Roosters. Pearce and Orbison. 15 short of the halfway line. Hopkinson. Gets the kick away and lets it go over the head, and I'm sure he had a little bit of a nervous twitch there as he saw it going towards the touchline. And there's some body contact again. And who else involved but Michael Ennis, and Casiano was there as well.
Well, they say a kick is only as good as its chase. That was a fantastic kick that ended up basically getting to the try line, and there's the shoulder contact. Casiano.
Michael Ennis. Well, there's forward ball, was it? No. Flat at best. Not the best to play the balls from Minicello, but Friend picks up and finds Carney. Long pass here to Kenny Dow, who finds Perrott. Last tackle, Lafayette, last tackle. Here's Carney. High floating kick. They can't get there. The Dogs in numbers. Masoi has it. Knock on.
No. It's a double knock on, no. Yes, it's a double knock on. First one's off the Rooster. Last tackle.
Not happy, Braithen Astor and his teammates. It looked like David Stagg put the big play on that one for the Bulldogs. Oh, I think he's right. There's a hand there. I think it's Mossy Masoi. Might have got his right hand to it.
Sam, you got to let up deal with it, okay?
No, it is all right. Okay. Let him be boys, mate.
No, I can't. I can't, Michael. Not at all.
Michael is involved again, even if it's just by making a comment.
Bit too much there from Nate Miles. Oh, he'll be in there every time, won't he?
For the penalty count. As we approach the 10-minute mark to go in the first half. Keating. Casiano. Hodkinson, now Stagg. He's inside to Barber. Picks up some good moves there, David Stagg. Casiano. Good defence over the top from the Roosters. Maura Hargreaves, one of the men involved, and Mossy Masoi there as well. Dominant, says the referee, so they can take the time, more time getting up. Ennis. Grubber kicking, lures away. Here's Idris and Barber. Jamal Idris in about 3 steps over 10 metres, picks him up. Carney. Mitchell Pearce tries to get out of the way. Orbison inside Minicello, he can't line him up. In fact, it was Perrott. 5 interchange being made now by the Roosters as Frank Paul Nuasala comes back on. Here he is in 17. Runs at Ennis. I don't often see 5 interchange being made by a coach before half an hour. Hargreaves hitting a solid tackle there by Casiano over the top. Hear the crunch from here. Friend. Pearce. Carney. Leonard and Idris. Back to Carney. Bulldogs fans thought the pass was forward. Here's Nuasala. An opportunity on the inside for the Roosters there. Very quick play the ball. Now Kenny Dow on the last. Off the legs of Goodwin. Kenny Dow has manufactured something out of nothing. The referee's going to play on now. Come back for it. I think Kenny Dow may have scored.
Yeah, last tackle, mate.
Well, he lunged at it, didn't he? And it looked very close to him getting over the line.
And just the leader.
He's not getting overly excited, but he never really does, Sean Kenny Dow. Well, he kicked it.
He kicked it, so he's onside. Well, no, and importantly, no one else, no other Roosters players are in front of him. Through the legs there. Bulldogs defender. Gets a deflection there from Barber. Out he goes for it.
That's a try. That's a try. It's on Kenny Dow. Just wasn't even mildly interested in that. He just got up and walked back. That's an outstanding effort. Phil Cooley.
Well, it's come off Goodwin, so it's wrong-footed Barber. Kenny Dowell chases through, just hoping. The inside defenders have given up on it. In fact, Big Sam Cassiano, he's walking back. He was walking back to play the play before when we said there was a massive hole back on the inside. He's just gone. I think they're going to replace him.
What's the problem here?
Well, nothing.
It's clearly over the line.
Oh, and the referee was right there as well, too. So, no problem with that.
Phil Cooley is our video referee. There should be a try to Sean Kenny Dowell. There it is. It was out of nothing, really. It was the last tackle. They went down the short side, and Kenny Dowell had to manufacture it, and he's manufactured his second try of the year.
It started at the other end with that great run by BJ Leilua. There was the kick through from Ennis. Leilua gets it, and suddenly it all opens up for him. Off he went. He got run down by Idris. Barber was there as well. You're right about Idris in it. Few strides, he just had him, but a couple of tackles later, on the end of it, he's kicking for his winger there, Kenny Dowell. Can't believe his luck.
Well, they had the numbers there, the Dogs, too. They had 3-on-2. Defensively, Canterbury.
They did. But the one thing is, an inside defenders, you can't drop off. You can't expect that the ball's not going to come back to you. And you just see them inside walking, looking. Oh, what's going on there?
It was young Laffey there, who was marker, who thought the play had gone past him. And Braithen Astor from this side of the field on this occasion, as he hooked it around enough. No, he hasn't. And so 12 points to 10. A good comeback here from the Roosters down to the touchline. Brett Kamali, and a little bit of laziness on the inside there, Brett.
Yeah, there was a little bit of laziness there. You always hear Phil Gould talk about origin moments, and that's just turning up and doing your job. Expect the unexpected. Roosters fans should be a little bit excited. I'm starting to see Mitchell Pearce and Todd Carney floating around and getting some football and getting some rhythm and ball work together.
And the ball has been in the hands of the Roosters a lot more the last 20 minutes than it was earlier in the match. They now lead the possession. Whereas in the first half, as you see, 53-47, the first part of this first half. Well, David Staggs not moved after making that tackle for the Dogs. They're one short in the defensive line. Early, it was all the Bulldogs. At least he's trying to get to his feet, Stagg, but he's not well, is he? You might see the referee stop when they often do with a head knock. Carney dummy. Now here's Linnett, one-on-one with Idris. Able to get the ball back to Carney. He then finds Pearce. Pearce offloads to Augustin. Kenny Dowell is there. He's got Perrott with him. Keating makes a very good tackle. If he didn't stop Kenny Dowell then, it was going to be 2-on-1. Stagg comes from the field. They get a replacement on the Dogs. No, they don't. Dean Hallertau's dropped the card. Crossfield kick. Up high, knock on Turner. Play on, tackle count, should restart, it does. Here's a chance for the Roosters for the corner friend. Has he got it down? The referee looks at it, and Phil Cooley will be the busiest man in Homebush.
Go back to the contest.
Oh, they're in all sorts of trouble, the Bulldogs. Staggs gone off. Idris, he might be hurt in the corner there. Just going to have another look at this. It looked okay. Jake Friend is a bit confused about whether he's scored or not.
Kenny Dowell looked like that last time and did.
They're okay.
They're onside.
Metres onside. Here's the contest we're looking at. Well, from that angle, Idris and Turner.
Even if it's off an Astor, it's gone back anyway. Well, did it come off the hand of an Astor into the shoulder of Turner?
I reckon he was knocking it backwards. An Astor, if he's touched it.
Do you think it hit an Astor's hand, though?
Oh, well, I think it was. You were right what you said in the first place. If it has, he's trying to force it back.
Yes, but if it hit his hand and then goes forward
got you there. Might have gone
into
forward.
The shoulder of Turner.
Might have gone forward off an Astor's left hand. Very observant, Mark Braybrook.
Well, I don't know. Well, obviously, I'm seeing things. There's Friend. Jeez, has he still got the ball?
Yep.
Does he? There's a hand in there from Hodkinson, but I think that's on the ground. I think it's a try. I don't think it's ever came away from the grip of Friend, but obviously Anasta didn't touch it.
Well, if they've gone that far with it, I think we're going to see the green light.
There is the try to Jake Friend. 3 tries back-to-back for the Roosters. They trail 12-0. They now lead by 14 points to 12. With a kick to come.
Didn't take long, did it, for the Roosters to score again?
And there's enough Bulldogs there to keep Friend away. The referees on the field had signalled 6 to go.
They had. I can see why they had a look at it again, because in that contest it was hard to see if Anasta had knocked it forward or not. I'll go with that.
They were one down in the defensive line there too, the Bulldogs, with David Stagg coming from the field, and Dean Hallertau couldn't get on.
Well, the replacement, the sideline official didn't see Stagg go off.
He was halfway up the tunnel.
He was.
And then when he tried to hand the card to him, he kept dropping it. Now Anasta is unsuccessful with his attempted conversion. So a couple of misses for Braith Anasta means the Roosters lead by 14 points to 12, and David Stagg will be a big blow if he can't come back. And when you saw the way he came off, and well, he copped it twice, once from the Roosters and once from Mickey Payer.
He did. He got a little whack in the neck there. Side of the head there.
The contact with Kenny Dow initially wasn't great either, and then copped a little bit of a chop from his teammate, and somehow the Roosters got themselves into a situation where they had to tap the ball back into the field of play.
Now the man who tapped it back in, going to go for a run now, Kane Linnett. I'd want to give him a rap for a couple of plays he's put on against Jamal Idris, a big man who's marking up on him. He's got a couple of really good offloads away, and not long before that last try was scored, he got an offload away, gave the Roosters second phase across the other side of the park and got them going forward.
Pearce. Minicello. Last tackle here. Pearce with the kick from acting half, and some space here for Ben Barber. Runs it, Orbison. He makes the tackle, and did he lose it? He did. And things are now starting to roll and roll and roll for the Roosters.
They can sense it, can't they, too? The Roosters running in to give a big pat on the back to their teammate, Mitch Orbison. One-on-one tackle here around the footy, around the arm of Barber, and the ball has just come loose there. Hard to see, but the referee was in a good position, or one of them.
It's interesting how games can turn.
Through the second rowers. Andrew, keep your feet down. 2 hands.
12-0 after 12 minutes. It was all the Bulldogs.
Scrum penalty.
Can't try foot to the balls in.
Feet across the tunnel, Gary Belcher.
Jeez.
It's the 70s all over.
It was 1983.
There he is, Mike.
Well,
it's he kicked it out.
So is that
4
Is that 4 tackles against Michael Ennis?
That has to be a penalty. 4 he's conceded. Here's Frank Paul Nuasala. Seen a couple of scrum penalties this weekend. Now here's Pearce. Back to Carney. Floating ball. I think he was trying to link on the outside with Leilua. I think that he was hoping that Linnett would run the decoy or just stay back a little bit.
They were really flat, weren't they? By the time Carney had run across field, yeah, he just hesitated with that pass, and Linnett kind of overran it. I was talking to Michael Ennis in the tunnel before the game, and he's such a nice bloke.
He's a lovely bloke.
He turns into he's Jekyll and Hyde, isn't he, once he gets on the field? Oh, he's a competitor, no doubt.
Nice and tight.
But the point we're making, 12-0. And the Dogs, here's one against the feed. No!
Gone around. Gone around.
Gone around where?
No one had it. Rip there, rip. You got to hold it square. Listen, boys, you can't twist it. If you want to push, it's got to stay straight. Down we come. Ball now. Head out.
turner. The point I've been trying to make, 12-0, and then the Dogs started to concede penalties. Back-to-back sets for the Roosters just to give them that momentum. And they hadn't been able to stop it since, really, Canterbury. Kevin Moore's just waiting for half-time.
He's hoping his side gets to
Hargreaves gives the penalty away.
I'm going to say, hope they get to half-time without conceding more points, but a chance now for the Dogs. It seems ages since they've been up into a good attacking area.
Here's Payne. It was his great run before that got the penalty for Canterbury. Ennis at acting half. Keating, Ryan, taps the ball on. Great ball back on the inside. Ben Barber scores the try, but Corey Payne was the man. His first touch of the football, and Benny Barber right on half-time puts the Dogs back in front. What about the pass? I'm sure it was Corey Payne.
And that's why he's got the number 1 jersey on, because he's so good at backing up around the middle of the ruck, so good at running those wide lines and setting his centres and wingers up. But he's just hanging around. What's on? Well, he can see a little bit of an opportunity, and Corey Payne or Andrew Wright, yeah. It's a great ball.
I thought it was Corey Payne.
Oh, it is, definitely is. Oh, what a pass underneath, inside, beautiful. Ben Barber set sail. Minicello didn't have enough time to round him up.
His first touch, pretty much, too. Corey Payne.
Yeah.
We're talking about Kevin Moore wanting to get them in at half-time. Well, Brian Smith will be filthy to concede a try right on half-time that puts the Bulldogs back in front. What a game we have on NRL Sunday. At half-time, Canterbury 18 lead the Roosters 14, and Brett Kamali, the timing perfect for the Dogs.
Yes, timing was perfect for the Dogs. Great try there on half-time by Ben Barber. Haven't you seen two different football sides? The Bulldogs had all the ball the first 20 minutes, then the Roosters. It's obviously complete your sets and don't give penalties away.
We will take a break here from ANZ Stadium. We've got a ripper on NRL Sunday, a break, and we'll come back and look at the first 40.
This halftime break brought to you by Hungry Jacks. The burgers are better at Hungry Jacks.
On Monday Night Footy, it's North versus South.
Here come the Cowboys. The Storm are running riot.
The Cowboys battle a storm, and it's live from 6, only on Fox Sports, Australia's sports leader.
Helping a mate out at work.
Cheers, mate.
1 case. Helping a mate out at work. 2 cases. Make that 3 cases.
Face the front with the bottle, turn it around.
Helping a mate out at work.
Bottle's going to face the front.
4 cases. Helping a mate out at work. 20 cases. Tui's new. Official currency of the beer economy.
The body thrives on movement, but pain can slow it down. Panadol Rapid is absorbed 2 times faster than regular Panadol tablets to relieve pain fast. The medicine in Panadol Rapid respects the body. When taken as directed, it leaves the body naturally without building up, so it can kick, groove, shine. Because a fast-acting pain reliever should put your body first and quickly relieve the pain. Panadol relieves, respects, body first.
Castrol Magnatec molecules are always ready to protect.
Always. Unlike some oils.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
We're Castrol Magnatec molecules.
We cling to the engine because up to 75% of engine wear happens during warm-up.
You have to be ready.
Instantly.
Ignition! Extra layer of protection now! Castrol Magnatec. It's more than just oil. It's liquid engineering.
This is what the gannets have been waiting for. Now the sardines are within range. As the tuna join in this natural phenomenon, yet another predator is tempted.
Tuna!
John West endures the worst. to bring you the best tuna tempters with all natural ingredients.
Shane's always wanted a dual cab ute, and he bought a Great Wall V240 4x2, loaded with features. Did you get a good deal, Shane?
No. Got a great deal.
Great Wall Motors, the great cars of China.
With the season underway,
there's still time to get behind your team
with an NRL club membership.
Save heaps on tickets
and club gear. Get online, call or SMS to reserve your NRL club membership today.
Last time on the League Lounge, like a few hours after the game, you're like, oh no.
The next morning you wake up, things are stiff and you don't want to move. And
And how's your resting body? Tonight, 8:30, Fox Sports 2.
Just some of the great body contact on show here at ANZ Stadium in what is turning out to be a thrilling match between the Roosters and the Bulldogs. Just when you thought the Dogs were on their way down the gurgler with the Roosters scoring 14 unanswered points, a try right on half-time to the Bulldogs has got them back in front, Gary Belcher.
Yeah, look, the Roosters got a lot of possession there, didn't they? On the back of some penalties that some ill discipline the Bulldogs gave away, some penalties, and the Roosters scored 3 quick tries to take the lead. They looked very good there for that time, but finally the Bulldogs, they broke the shackles right at the end there to get back in front.
Yeah, the best, arguably the best try of the game was the first try of the game after the Bulldogs dropped the ball with their first set, and the Roosters had an opportunity. This is a terrific try set up by Frank Pritchard with a great ball, but the support play here was the key.
It's enormous. Look at all the Bulldogs around the football. So you can see 4 or 5 of them backing up the ball carrier, eventually through the hands of from Ryan to Barber to Michael Ennis under the post, but there was plenty of other players there ready to back up as well, and then they, not long later, scored another one off the kick from Trent Hodkinson.
Yeah, 12-0 was the score then, and then a couple of penalties conceded by the Bulldogs on their own line gave the Roosters position and possession, and then they scored 3 unanswered tries, the first of those to Todd Carney to make it 12 points to 6. The conversion from Manasta was successful. A little bit of fortune here with the try being awarded to Sean Kenny-Dowell, not because there's anything wrong with it, but because I think they went the wrong way. A little bit of fortune here as well, but the Roosters were playing very well at that stage.
Yeah, they were. Look, a couple of these tries, they had come off the end of kicks, but they got themselves in a position to do that. They've got a really simple game plan. Brett Camorley said at half-time, really simple game plan, just hit it up, and get to your kick, and it's worked for them, the Roosters, but right at the end conceded a try. Brian Smith not happy. Bulldogs, well, I'm sure a lot happy about that Ben Barber 4-pointer.
Yeah, it's still anyone's game at the moment, 18 points to 14. Barber, Idris and Ennis tries for the Dogs. Goodwin hasn't missed yet, while Braithen Astor has only kicked 1 of his 3 conversion attempts, but a little bit of concern for the Bulldogs as they go into half-time. About 7 minutes before the break, David Stagg copped a nasty knock and was taken straight up the tunnel, and he cops plenty of head knocks, David Stagg, because he's always right in the thick of things, and it would be unlikely to see David Stagg come back, which would mean one less player on the rotation off the bench for the Dogs.
Yeah, well, he missed last week a late withdrawal through injury that didn't really help the Dogs at all. That they need him out there. He's such a wonderful player, great work rate, but it looked a bit iffy. We'll hear from Brett Camorley soon as to how he is.
18 points to 14. The one thing from the first half, Gary, I think you'd say is that whichever team wants to play the more disciplined football is a big chance here. It's very even at the moment, but penalties have been critical in that first half.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, that's what the Bulldogs were coasting along, 12-0 after 12 minutes, and it wasn't until they did that, gave some penalties away, that the Roosters got back in the game, and then the Roosters late, the same thing happened to them. So, look, if you can get your game in order and just keep completing your sets but not give away dumb penalties, I think you're a big chance of winning this game. Could go either way, though.
Well, there's the Roosters dressing room. Brian Smith would be telling his players, no doubt, that, boys, we had the opportunity there to really come in at half-time feeling good about ourselves, but a try right on the break does give a little bit of the momentum to that particular side there, the Bulldogs. Kevin Moore, I don't think he would have changed what he was going to say at half-time. I think he realises that penalties in crucial positions have been the key. It's still anyone's game, 18 points to 14. The Dogs over the Roosters, 3 tries apiece. It has been the goal kicking of Bryson Goodwin that has been the difference so far in this game. We will take a break from ANZ Stadium and come back with the second half of what is a thrilling NRL Sunday match, live and exclusive on Fox Sports, Australia's sports leader.
NRL on Fox
Fox is back with Ryan Phelan and his all-star bench chiming in to tune you into season 2011.
NRL on Fox, 7:30 Wednesday night, live on Fox Sports.
This year there's the Props Pentathlon, footy's biggest fan, plus even more of league's latest, packed into the most important midweek hour of footy on TV. NRL on Fox returns live 7:30 Wednesday on Fox Sports, Australia's sports leader.
There's nothing more satisfying when you've done something, like you've built an al fresco area. People come in and they come into your backyard and they comment on it. It makes you pretty excited about it.
1 litre weed killer, just $12.86. 85 litre storage container, $29.97. Outdoor bistro blind, a low $88. Sugarcane mulch, $13.70. Solar path lights, only $2.50.
Check out our latest catalogue online.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Get organised with this fabulous offer from Harvey Norman. Spend $500 or more on home office furniture and receive 10% back in Harvey Norman gift cards. That's right. Get in store now and check out our comprehensive range of practical, stylish, affordable home office furniture, including desks, chairs, bookcases, storage solutions and more. Spend $500 or more and you'll receive 10% back in Harvey Norman gift cards. What an offer. Hurry. It's for a limited time only. Now at Harvey Norman.
This frog isn't just a frog. It's also the dragonfly that it feeds on, and the plants that make oxygen. It's the water, it's the fish, and the energy that powers our world. It's also you. We live because the Earth lives.
Of the cars we've sold in the last 20 years are still on the road today. That's because during development, we test a vehicle's durability over hundreds of thousands of kilometres. That's testing that keeps you on the road. That's what makes it a Toyota.
This halftime break brought to you by Hungry Jack's. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Welcome back to ANZ Stadium, half-time here on NRL Sunday. It is the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs leading the Sydney Roosters by 18 points to 14, 3 tries apiece. So far, the goal kicking of Bryson Goodwin has been the difference between the two sides, and on the back of penalties is how the Roosters have got back into this game as Braithen Astor leads the side back out onto the field, and they were down 12 points to 0. The first try was scored by that man, Todd Carney, who just went past your screen there, and I'm sure that all those people who have him in your fantasy team, the Jim Beam fantasy team, would be happy with him being back on the park and scoring points. A try last week as well. And so Todd Carney there with that 25 points. And the Bulldogs, well, they lead by 18 points to 14. They led 12 points to 0, as we mentioned. And Michael Ennis, who scored the opening try, has been very good for them in certain areas, but his discipline today has been critical for the Bulldogs, because on the back of a few of those, I suppose, typical Michael Ennis little niggly bits which we've come to know him for. There he is there, the number 9 for the Bulldogs. It gave the Roosters a little bit of field position and possession, which got them back into the game.
Well, they scored a try off the back of a couple of penalties that he gave away, and we're just going to see a few of these bits of niggle. There he is with Martin Kennedy. We call this a pest package, actually, Michael Ennis, and you could probably get one out of most games, although he does some great things. Of course, he has scored a try, and he's great out of dummy half. His defence is very strong. But it's certainly been costly today for the Bulldogs. They've kept the Roosters in the match through that.
17 tackles to the break. The only man that's made more is David Stagg for the Bulldogs, and He is in the dressing room at the moment with a very sore head. The second half is underway, and Braithen Astor will get us started for the second 40. With the Bulldogs defending the northern end of ANZ Stadium and a 4-point lead, 3 tries apiece. Terrific ball from him just before half-time to put Ben Barber over to give the Dogs the lead. Player. And short of halfway. Hodkinson. As Hallertau meets Mossy Masoi in the middle of ANZ Stadium. That was some shot from the big number 15 from the Roosters, but Hallertau just gets straight up. Now here's Minicello. Carney, they're going to try and put something on here, the Roosters, from the kick return, and almost getting through. Here's Leilua. What about the shot from Mossy Masoi over the top?
It was a great. You'll put him on the back foot too for the next play, which was the kick. The Bulldogs, and hence the Roosters fielded it in pretty good position. A great shift, and now third tackle in there. Looking threatening through the net.
Idris. Fell awkwardly, both players there. They both get up a little bit winded. Now, Frank Paul Nuasala. Just shy of the 20-metre line, about 24 out from Canterbury's line. Pearce. Hargreaves hit another solid tackle. Head rocked back. Nicky Payer, one of the defenders. Now here is the kick from Pearce, too deep. Turner, little trouble at all. Braithen Astor, not happy at all out on this left-hand side. There is Mark Riddell. Waiting to maybe get back on the field.
Really good set from the Roosters, I thought, but poorly placed kick on the end of it. Made it very, very easy for the Dogs.
Here's Payne.
Well, they're off the line good, aren't they? A great hit to Masoi in the first set, and now once again their line speed's pretty good, the Roosters, first up in this set.
Ryan. And here coming in, Morvison. Ryan wasn't going to ground, and Robertson made sure he did. Here's Hodkinson putting it high. Minicello is there with Perrott, and the chasers couldn't really get through quickly enough to put too much pressure on Sam Perrott. Get it out. Carney. Leilua back on the inside, and Astor just got there a little bit late. Here's Minicello down the short side, and the tackle was made by Hallertau. Hargreaves. This is a good set here from the Roosters. They're getting a real roll on here. Friend on the short side again. And it's called offside. Played at. Anyway, Hodkinson gets it back to Michael Ennis. And the Dogs, they try and use the football inside their own half. Corey Payne offloads. They're away to the races. The chasers on from the Roosters, and just grabbing Foster by the back of the jersey. Kenny Dowell 10 metres out from the line. Here's Ennis now, 5 metres away. Keating, Hodkinson, Hallertau trying to back his way over a couple of metres away. Linnett with the tackle. Ryan, Keating, ball back on the inside to Payer. The defence from the Roosters is there, but they look a bit tired at the moment, the Roosters. The Dogs looking to extend their lead. Very slow play the ball. Ennis with the kick. Here comes Barber. He was tackled without the football. I don't think it would have been a try. I think it was going over the dead ball line anyway. It is a penalty. Orbison was the man. I think the Dogs would like to see him in the bin for 10. I don't think he needed to make the tackle.
I don't think he did either, but there was a chance he may have reached the ball and tapped it back in field. That's about the best he could have done. Referee got that dead right there. not worth 10 in the bin.
And certainly not worth a penalty try.
No. No. Gee, they had him on the back foot there.
Yeah, mate, I thought the kick was way too long. I didn't think he was ever going to get the ball.
Yeah, but how can you judge that, mate?
But that's my decision. That's my decision. And that's why it's not a penalty try, that's why he's not in the bin. Okay, but it is a penalty.
Well, who else is going to judge it, Andrew, right?
Exactly, that's what his job is, Andrew, to judge it, whether he was going to get to it or not.
Does he want us to take a poll of the audience?
Well, you know, I think if he wasn't taken out, the ball was already in the air and going dead, it looked like to me. It was a great decision there.
Bryson Goodwin does pick up 2 points for the Bulldogs, which does take them more than a converted try away. And 20 points to 14, Canterbury lead the Sydney Roosters.
What about the Corey Payne offload when they shifted it to the left and you just see the ball that came back here through Ennis and a couple of sets of hands. By the time it got to Payne, he got to the line and he just held it up. Well, they scored a try off one early, didn't they, through Ben Barber, right on half-time.
The Roosters already been penalised for being in front of Asta at the restart. They weren't on this occasion. Oh, there's some contact there between Moira Hargreaves and Mickey Paya. Gee whiz. I'm not surprised Mickey Paya can barely get up. Wow.
We saw.
Can you blame him? Whoa. How did Moira Hargreaves get up?
Oh, they're tough men, aren't they?
They had no feeling at all. Hallertau. Payne bouncing away from Nuasala. Masoi around the legs. Watkinson from inside the 40, but Perrott has it covered. Minicello. Now Leilua away from Idris and almost away from Hodkinson, and Idris comes again.
Not afraid to try the big shift this half, are they? That's 3 already. The Roosters have received on kicks and thrown a couple of long balls out to the left.
And Asta. Here's Pearce. Carney. Cuts out to Orbison. Gives it to Perrott. By there with the tackle. Inside the 30 go the Roosters. They trail by 8 now. 6, I should say. Now here is Pearce. Orbison. Last tackle. Carney. Crossfield kick. Idris and Turner are there. It's off hands. Taken by Leilua, who scores the try. Has he got it down? The referee is right there.
That'll be the 6th tackle. Just check the grounding.
Well, he gave him forever. Yeah, I think it was off Bulldogs' hands first. It's just a case of whether he got the ball down.
Well, checking the onside first, that's certainly okay. Next up, it'll be the contest. Well, they've gone straight to the grounding, but he did say after the referee did ask if he could check the contest as well. There's a hand under it.
Oh, I don't know.
Really
He got
well
it down.
there.
He didn't get it down.
No. That's extraordinary effort from Hodkinson that has stopped him from scoring. So I don't think they need to go to the contest.
I think it was before that where Turner and Idris went up.
Let's see how long it does take him to roll back over and put it down.
It's off the hands of Linnett maybe, but it went backwards anyway.
Or did it?
I don't think he got it down anyway. And that's before the line, I think.
Yeah,
if
I
it hit
agree.
the grass, I think it's before the line.
I agree. Hasn't grounded it.
If it's off the hands of Turner. No try. It'll be a knock on.
The last tackle, play the ball.
They're saying it wasn't touched by a dog.
Make sure you play the ball with your foot.
Interesting call.
I'll go with it.
As the Dogs work their way out from their own end, as Tolman stumbles to the defensive line, we better try and find out what happened at half-time. Down to the touchline, Brett Kamali.
Yeah, half-time from Brian Smith was his intentions were to move the ball early, play down the short sides, as you're seeing they've started the game like that. And Kevin Moore was all about completion rate, don't give the penalties away, but both coaches overall were pretty happy with some performances, and it's obviously an 80-minute game, not 40 minutes.
And interesting that the first points of the second half coming on the back of the penalty. There's Hodkinson with the kick. Minicella 20 out from his own line. There's a wall of defenders in front of him, and Tolman is there to make the tackle.
Well, obviously, from the first few sets that the Roosters have had in the second half, their intent to shift the football, a real change in the way they played the first half, where they made sure they got their go forward happening and got to their kick before they shifted. They've been happy to shift it on first, second, third tackle, and it's working for them.
We're Hargraves. Last tackle. Stacking this blindside the Roosters, but they go the open to Pearce. Puts a high one here for Goodwin. Here comes Orbison, who just dived like he was off the 10-metre springboard at the Olympic pool here. He had no intention of going for the football. And they get the penalty.
Oh, he looked up at the last moment to make it look like he was going for the foot. He's trying to thread through a few players there, but I'm just not sure he really had... Oh, he's nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. It bounced 5 metres behind him.
Strong defence here. There's Ricky Pay getting some treatment. Maybe that was the collision with Hargreaves earlier. Payne. Now here's Halatau accelerated. Tackle made by Anasta. Here's Hodkinson with a dummy. Support coming from Payne. Payne looks for Barber. Finds him. Ben Barber gets himself a double. Corey Payne involved again, but it was Trent Hodkinson that split them open, and Ben Barber extends the lead for the Bulldogs.
Excellent play there, the Bulldogs down the short side. Plenty of numbers there, but wasn't this a great little fake, a little show and go here from Hodkinson out of dummy half. Oh, they've just fallen for it, Todd Carney. Before he gives a short one, Corey Payne, the one-armed offload. 3 times he's come up with those, and a couple of it resulted in tries to Benny Barber. Great play, the halfback here, Hodkinson. Short one there, Payne. Barber, he backs himself.
You had Jamal Idris on the other side too. Corey Payne, not a bad man to have on one side, and Ben Barber on the other. Gets himself a double. What a time to score it too, just when the Roosters were starting to make some inroads down the blind side and looking to spread the ball. And the Dogs have answered with another try, and now it will really be the game to chase for the Sydney Roosters in game number 2000, premiership game number 2000. They won their first against Newtown, and they won game 500, 1000, 1500. Well, they've got some work to do today to win game 2000. And after beating Souths in the first round, they lost to Manly last week. Goodwin from the touchline just misses to the right. His first miss this afternoon, and the Dogs lead 24 points to 14. Down to the touchline, Brett Kamali, and Brett, it was the halfback Hodkinson that took the line on this occasion.
Yeah, it's great to see Trent taking the line on. Manly fans would have remembered this from last year. This was part of his strength last year. Short side plays, a lot of short sides, mirror balls, running game. He mentioned a few weeks ago he wants to increase his running, and that's great to see from a halfback.
He did very well here, Minicello, didn't he? He got drawn in there, and he still made, or almost made the tackle on Corey Payne, who got the footy away.
Hasn't Corey Payne made an impact since he's been on the field? Of course, the season was ruined last year by injury. And he could really, even though, you know, last year was his first year for the Dogs, he didn't play much footy because he was out injured. He ended up playing in the New South Wales Cup Grand Final, I think, for the Dogs. And you could almost classify him as a new signing for Canterbury this year.
He's been great today, hasn't he? Certainly. Look, they've got such a good mix there, the Dogs, that they're workhorses in Tolman and Ryan and Stagg. Even Michael Ennis is always up there with the tackle count. You need those ball players and ball runners like Pritchard and like Corey Payne.
He got injured in his first game and missed most of the season, Corey Payne.
He's making up for it.
Been a pretty impressive performance all round from the Bulldogs this afternoon. But you know this Roosters side is capable of scoring points. Anasta coming in late there, Michael Ennis, and I think Braithen Astor appreciated it too much. He gets up and he's not happy at all. Exchanging words with Michael Ennis. Last tackle. Pearce. A high kick for Barber. Where will he take it? And just in the field of play. So now the Dogs have got to work it out from their own end. Can the Roosters put some pressure on them here?
Well, let's just check out their line speed. Are they willing to get off the line and smash a few of these Bulldogs? That doesn't help. That'll have Coach Brian Smith shaking his head in the coach's box. And his team just letting the Dogs off again. Of course, it was ill discipline that... I just caught offside on the short side here. It was ill discipline that allowed the Roosters back into the match when the Dogs had that good 12-0 lead early in the match, and they gave away some penalties. I reckon that would certainly be something Kevin Moore would have told his players at half-time, and if not, had the message going down now about just let's keep some control about our game. Don't do anything silly.
Pretty handy league here for the Bulldogs as the rain starts to fall at ANZ Stadium. The crowd trying to seek some shelter and get themselves dry. And when you lead by 10 and the rain comes, you'd be feeling reasonably comfortable. And Corey Payne not too happy with what happened in that tackle there. Odd concern, short ball, Halatau. Read by Carney. On the legs was Friend. Ennis. Back to Idris. Friend waits for him and he pushed away Maria Hargreaves, but couldn't push away from Friend. Hodkinson to Keating. Keating now to Ben Barber. Barber here to Foster. Foster to the left eye. Ball out the back. Lost by the Dogs, picked up by the Roosters. Well, on the wrong end of the field, though.
Yeah, I think Laffey might have got a little bit fancy there in that last play. He's berating himself. Yeah, his fellow centre, or his centre on the other side of the park, Jamal Idris, hasn't seen much football, has he? Hardly been. It's one of those games that just hasn't really come his way. The crowd gets to its feet whenever he does have it, but he had 2 or 3 chances all afternoon.
They haven't needed him either.
No.
24 points they've already racked up, and it has been an issue. I know we're only in round 3 of the season, but the Roosters, third last in the NRL in terms of points conceded. 28 points a game they average against. 28-4. 28 against would not please Brian Smith, I wouldn't have thought. Barber will play it, 10 out. Here is Idris. Doing the hard yards to take it up to the 20.
Well, he had a stint in the second row, didn't he, last year? So he knows what it's about in the middle there. Just how tough it is.
There he is again, Jamal Idris. Bounces away from a couple and gets a penalty. Someone grabbed a hair, I think the referee's saying.
Yeah, no, we've got to be careful though. Can't do that.
Jason Riles. Oh, trying to grab hold of him. He's got a handful of hair.
I would imagine it'd be harder to miss than get it with Jamal. But as the referee said, he's got to be aware of what he's doing, Jason Riles. And rain really started to sweep in now here at ANZ Stadium. It's more misty than heavy at the moment, but it's coming straight down, and the Dogs are in front. Hodkinson, now Keating, short ball, Pritchard back on the field, 8 metres away from the line. Out of acting half-turner, almost over. Friend over the top to wrap the football up. Try saver made by Miles around the legs. Keating, Ryan the decoy, knocked down, and he knocked the ball on, trying to pick it up.
Forward pass, Bulldogs. Full pass, Bulldogs. Knock on, Roosters. Yeah.
How was it a forward pass?
He went to pass it and I went forward.
How do you judge that?
Oh,
the player was in front of him.
That's what I do all day.
No, can you honestly tell me that? The player was in front of him.
I just have, Andrew, and it's a forward pass.
I'm with Andrew Ryan on this one. That pass, I reckon it went about
and a penalty.
half a metre. That's never going forward. Oh, gee, that's a tough call.
Well, they've been penalised for the back chatting. Well, that's his job.
Oh, it is, but, you know, I'm
saying...
thought it was forward. And my job is to comment on the game, and I'm saying you got it wrong. I agree with Andrew Ryan there. That didn't go forward at all.
But I don't believe a bloke should ask the referee, how do you judge that? I mean, he's made the call. Right.
Maybe you should use different words and say, well, how did you get that?
You say, because I saw it that way. Here's Miles. I did think it was for
really?
Anasta, Pearce, Carney, trying to link Orbison, put him in the hole. The defence is very good from the Bulldogs. I find Keating there, down the short side again. Minicello, quick hands, Kenny Dowell, that one went forward.
We agree on that one. You, me, and the referees.
Kenny Dowell not particularly happy. Mark Riddell has spent most of this game on the bench, and he will spend most of tonight on the League Lounge. Special guest from 8:30 Eastern on Fox Sports 2. Mark Riddell, although he hasn't been on the bench, he stood up at the time. At least we'll let him sit down on the League Lounge tonight. Nice and comfortable and dry.
You'll probably need it.
Warren Smith, Greg Alexander and the team. Brendan Cowell very happy at the moment with the Sharks winning back-to-back.
Mark Riddell today, the paper's saying, he told his coach Michael Hagan a few years ago that he's not an athlete, he's a footballer, and we'd all agree, he certainly is a footballer.
Foster making a mistake there. And gives the Roosters a chance here to get back in the game.
Got to move on, Chris.
Righto. Hey, you front rowers.
Inside the final 20. Roosters trail by 10. The rain may have stopped. It's going to be pretty slippery out there. Carney, now Kenny Dowell. One-on-one with the youngster Laffey. Kenny Dowell, Laffey does well in just his second first-grade game. Minicello, Carney, back to Kennedy. Kennedy finds himself just on the 10-metre line. The Roosters, Pearce, Carney. Now here's Linnett, away from Idris, but there to make the tackle, Hodkinson and Halatau. Leilua. Carney across field. Here's Minicello. Now Kenny Dowell. They won't stop him this time. Sean Kenny Dowell gets himself a double and gets the Roosters back in this match. 24 points to 18 with a kick to come. They could stop him once, but not twice.
There's plenty of space out there on the right. They'd actually busted him through this man, Sean Kenny Dowell, a little while earlier. And Tim Laffey managed to reel him in. But on this occasion, a bit of room. But isn't this nice work to get on the outside of a couple of players, Todd Carney, and that brings the defence up. It leaves them stranded a little bit out wide. Kenny Dowell, a nice ball through Minicello. Had plenty of space. They ran out of numbers out wide, courtesy of the inside work. Nice work, Todd Carney and co. The back of the penalty and a drop ball in the play of the ball. They contributed to their own demise. Again, they're the Bulldogs.
Well, they stopped the bleeding, so to speak, after leading 14 points to 12 just before half-time. And then to find themselves down by 24 points to 14. 12 minutes after the break. And they're now finding themselves clawing their way back, and Braithen Astor kicks a very important conversion to get the Roosters back to within 4. 15 to go. A double for Kenny Dowell. Canterbury 24, the Sydney Roosters 20. And what a day if you have Sean Kenny Dowell in your fantasy NRL side. And a deep kick from the Bulldogs. Here are the Roosters. 30 out from their own line as Perrott plays it. 10 short of halfway. Nuisala towards halfway, and he's tackled right on that mark.
Well, considering the conditions, we have got some rain. We had a little bit in the first half, and the error rate too, isn't it? Only 6 there from the Dogs, 4 from the Roosters. It's been a quality game in that regard. Maybe too many penalties given away.
This may be too deep from Pearce. No, it holds up in the breeze, and
on the line, 20 metres.
Just too deep.
No, I've got to be ready. I've got to be ready. They can go.
You're right, ref. You've got to be ready.
Just take it. I've got to be ready.
And you should have been ready.
Righto. Let's go.
That'll do me. So foot's just on the line.
Yeah, the referee wasn't ready though. Tackle one. Let him go now. Oh.
Well, where was he?
Well, he was about half a metre from his position on the 30-metre line, the referee. And he should have just blown the whistle when he saw him get there.
Hell, 3 tackles.
Frank Ball behind you.
3 tackles, boys. We just got to.
Frank Ball right next to you.
Here, Frank. Oh, yeah, that's no good. Jake, get that attended to over there. Soon go.
Free Paul Nuisala right next to the referee.
Fair tackle.
We've had 3 tackles here, boys.
Ashley Klein picked it up. Can't afford to make some changes here, the Roosters, because they did use up 5 in the first half as Dean Hallertau comes off for the Bulldogs. Minicello 10 out from his own line will take it. Hallertau off, Corey Payne on, and Ennis is there to meet the tackle. They've made 8 changes. Canterbury. Carney slipping as he comes to the defensive line. Frank Pritchard and Carney all tangled up, and there's no lure.
He fired up Frank Pritchard. He made a couple of good hits. There's a Lyles, just didn't get that one in.
Here's the mistake.
He knows how much that can hurt his side. Of course, they're behind on the scoreboard, but it's been the story of the afternoon, isn't it? You make a mistake and you pay the price.
There is another shot of the Bulldogs socks, the yellow socks they're wearing today. The yellow socks of Camp Quality, which is one of the Bulldogs' great partners, a long-time friend of the Bulldogs. And there is an auction of a pair of signed and framed socks. Go to graysonline.com/Bulldogs, and all the money raised goes to Camp Quality. As the Dogs find themselves 10 metres away from the line, it would help if they won the game to raise a little bit more money, maybe. And the 2 competition points are priceless. Keating, 10 metres away from the line. Ryan. Hodkinson, Barber kicking, Leilua. What a take. The ball was going away from him. He dived and also didn't slide back into the in-goal area.
Wet ball as well. Did really well, didn't he, here? It's a nice little kick. He looks to pass. Little kick in. Oh, excellent. Excellent effort. BJ Leilua.
Perrott hasn't really been able to get himself in the game today. Sam Perrott. Oh, there's a shot from Corey Payne on Jason Riles. Last tackle here, and the Roosters are only just over their own 20. Pearce just got the kick away. It's off the side of the boot. It's out on the full. Now Corey Payne collided with Mitchell Pearce and hurt himself, Corey Payne, as he went. Was it a charge down, or the last interchange being made here by the Roosters on that man? Jason Riles has come from the field. You can see the head whip back, and Mossy Masoi has gone on. I thought they had to make an attempt to tackle.
I think he was just getting in his way, and then he tried to get out of the way. I don't think there was anything illegal about what he did there, Corey Payne. Dogs have made a mistake, unfortunately, but it was him that forced that kick to go out.
Well, I thought they had to make a tackle on the kicker. From Pritchard with the error.
Yeah, they do.
There's a hand in there from Orbison. Got away with one there, the Roosters.
See, those will play on.
Ball now, time back on.
Here is Perrott. Could that be the critical call of the game with 10.5 to go, and Perrott's hurt? Straight away, Jake Foster signalled to the referee. He fell very awkwardly, Sam Perrott. And it's not good, I don't think, when you see a player not move. And
I saw Chris Lawrence go down on his side last night. Of course, he dislocated his hip, but this is a lower leg injury here. He's not good. Perrott, who's fallen. Let's have a look at his right leg underneath him. Well, there's a player in the back. You'd suspect that's an ankle.
Lower leg. The trainer's called for assistance, and the John Orchard, the Roosters, a New South Wales doctor, is standing on the touchline. And I'm sure he'll come on the field shortly. When a player doesn't move much, that's when it's, it's serious. And he's got a look of concern on his face too, doesn't he?
He knew straight away.
Doc Orchard waiting to come on. They're calling for the stretcher.
Help him off.
And the good news, while Sam Perrott comes from the field, is that David Stagg is back on the bench for the Dogs. And the Roosters have no more interchange left. They used their last interchange, as we mentioned, with Mossy McSoy. There is Stagg coming on for Jason Riles. So they're going to have to play the last 10 minutes with 12 men here, the Roosters.
Work hard, but don't rely on us, though. You've got to make the
That's not a good look. There's Doc Orchard, a very good doctor. The only doctor that I know of that does the job with shoulder pads. What has he got under his jacket there? Looks like he's wearing shoulder pads.
First tackle.
Here's Mossy Masoi, but they are down to 12 now, the Roosters. Hard work in the rain to chase a lead with 12 men. They also can't look forward to lose anyone else.
Well, that'll help runs like that from Masoi, and he's earned a penalty as well in his desperation to get a quick play the ball.
All right. Sorry, mate. Go now.
30 metres away from the goal line, the Roosters. Here's Frank Paul Muasala. Pearce, Kennedy stepping. 11 metres away from the line. Friend, Pearce taking them on. No one in support. He's only a couple of metres away though. Golden opportunity here for the Roosters. Carney drifting. Nuasala. Laffey with the tackle with Keating as well. Tackles up their sleeve though here for the Sydney Roosters. Masoi. A little bit disjointed there. Last tackle. Both Carney and Pearce are here to the left. It comes to Carney. Kicking into the in-goal area. Barber with some work to do. He does very well.
I'm just going to give a big rap there to Todd Carney about that kick. It was a great kick, but Barber up to the task. Had to get back into the field of play and did it. Got down low. Right next to one of his teammates. That helped. Trying to help him to the leg, but kind of shielded him out. He is hurt, Ben Barber. His right arm, shoulder.
Bicep, maybe. Players with bicep injuries in this day and age. Hopefully it's just a cork. Here's Ennis. Still plenty of time left for the Roosters. Keating decided not to kick. Gutsy play, and that ball's gone forward. The touchstones didn't call it. It was called by the referee. David Aboud kept running down that far touchline. And they took the odds to it there, the Roosters.
Hang on, mate. Play the ball.
That's floated forward. I'm not sure that is forward. Out of the hands, it went backwards, and they took the odds to it, didn't they, Canterbury? They're up by 4, last tackle, play it down the other end. Is that a turning point in this game? They are down to 12 here, the Roosters. Carney. Now the shot from Idris was a beauty on Linus. Haven't we had some big hits today? And Aston. 19 away. 2 left in this set. Down the short side again, Friend. Hodkinson is there. Get some help from Idris. And then it goes to acting half. Now here's Carney looking for another set. Here's the chase. Keating, he can't get it back. No. Better chase by the Roosters. Better kick from Carney.
He did everything he could, didn't he, Keating? First and foremost, he needed a clean. An awkward kick up at the back there. It was skidded low.
Let's find out about Sam Perrott. Brett Kamali has some news.
Yeah, I do have some news. Bad news for the Roosters. Sam Perrott believes he heard a crack or a break and they're suspected a broken ankle.
Terrible news for the Roosters. Ben Barber has shifted to the wing, as he's done at various stages throughout the season so far for Steve Turner to go back to fullback. I still think he's a little bit concerned about that right bicep. Barber. Masoi, good run. Now the clock starts to become an issue here for the Roosters. 6 minutes remaining. Minicello. Was it played at? Pearce picks it up. No. They're going backwards here, the Roosters. Carney. They need something here. They're going backwards again. The referee's the closest person to that. Picked up by Friend. They've lost over 20 metres here. The Sydney Roosters, they're out on their feet. Masoi in at acting half. Pearce. Tester here for Turner. Here comes an Astor. And he takes it. Was he in the in goal? The referee said no.
In the air. Jumping the further play in the air. Just have a look. Corner took me off the feet.
Well, he's asked the video referee to check. It was Barber, I thought, before. Let's have a look here. Well, I think his foot's on the line. If Barber was on the line before, that has to be the same, doesn't it?
Oh, no, it's
that's
not. A good ruling.
Well done, Ashley Klein.
He's left the field of play, but they've got to find a way to get out of this territory. The Bulldogs, they're just hanging on defensively, and if the Roosters can manage some points now, there's going to be very little time left for the Bulldogs to get back in front.
Next try wins.
Next try, that's what we'll play.
Well, he's got to convert it if they score, though. the Roosters, and Asta with the responsibility. If they can get over the line. The Dogs are defending stoutly. Here's an opportunity. Orbison just couldn't get the ball on the outside. Friend, Carney. They've got nothing in their legs at the moment, the Roosters. Kennedy, 15 metres away. Very slow to his feet. Now Carney, Orbison. Laffey again with another tackle.
Couple of beauties there from Tim Laffey.
Last tackle here for the Roosters. Carney, off legs. Who wants it? The Roosters have got a back knock on.
Oh, the Bulldogs fans know just how important that play was. Their team is out on its feet. They just keep coming out of the Roosters. Oh, Tim Laffey, he's made 2 try savers. That one in particular on Orbison. Another ball and all effort when Orbison tried to step back on his inside. It's a great effort down there for his team. And now the last play from Carney, the step inside. It's come off a Bulldog. Oh, yeah, a little knock on. Was it from Jake Friend?
They took forever too to pack the scrum, the Roosters. I reckon they wasted about 20 to 25 seconds. And with just over 3 minutes remaining, they'll get another set. Maybe not many more than that. Maybe 2. The Bulldogs have defended stoutly. Can they break it open here? Was that a penalty? No, Idris. The referee says you're milking it. Here's Tolman. Just shy of the 40-metre line. Last tackle. Will they look for touch? There's Hodkinson. He does. Fine touch. Now the Roosters, they need to run to the scrum, but they can barely get there. Frank Paul Nuasala limps to the scrum. They're down to 12, remember the Roosters. They haven't got enough players in the scrum for the referee to signal time off. Now they do. They don't need to have 6 forwards. They only need 5. Because they've only got 12 men. But they've got 1 too many in the scrum here.
They're too tired to work that one out. And they'll hang in with their 6.
Is this the last throw of the dice for the Sydney Roosters? Leilua, I'm not sure they've got enough energy. They went backwards in their last set, and they've gone backwards from that scrum, and now they get a penalty. Frank Pritchard made no attempt to get out of the way then. That's a fair call.
Yep, got to move. They needed that. The Roosters, they had no energy. They're struggling. They need a lift. They need that 20-metre kick downfield that gets them up towards the halfway line. But they've thrown so much at the Bulldogs the last 3 or 4 sets. Camped on the Bulldogs line, come up empty.
Ennis up quickly, trying to put some pressure on and come up with a big play. Here's Masoi. Where are the big guns for the Roosters to try and win the game for them? Here's one of them. There's another and another. And Asta back to Pearce. Pearce to Friend. Now back to Carney. Here's another one of the Minicello. Where's Kenny Dowell? He's looking to link up with. Orbison at acting half. Pearce. Carney. Now to Anasta. They need to go forward. Here they go. Drop ball from Linnett. Picked up by the Dogs, and that should get them home, you would think. Idris. They're trying to force an error here, the Roosters, but I don't think they've got the energy to come up with a big shot. Cassiano up towards and over the halfway line. 35 seconds remain. Tolman. They need to hang on to the football here, the Dogs, and then find touch. Ryan taken to ground by Anasta. And he looks for touch. Ennis, can they pack the scrum here? The Roosters and have one play. They'd fought. Now they signal time off with 4 seconds.
They had a tackle up their sleeve, didn't they, the Bulldogs?
Your heads up. Your heads up.
He's allowed to get out of the scrum, I thought. Put his head up. As long as he stays behind, they don't even have to have a lock. Controversial call from Ashley Klein to finish the game, but in the end, the Bulldogs defeat the Roosters by 24 points to 20. What a game on NRL Sunday. They don't need a lock forward. They only have 12 players, so he can stick his head out of the scrum if he wants to. He doesn't even have to be in there. Having said that, the likelihood of them scoring a try with 4 seconds left is very slim.
We'll never know. But the Bulldogs, deserved winners, defended stoutly at the end there. They had plenty thrown at them by the Roosters on their own goal line. Didn't score as many points in the second half, the Dogs, but they were very good.
The Roosters beaten in their 2000th game, and for the first time since '95, the Bulldogs have won 3 in a row to start the year. Let's head downstairs to Brett Camorley.
Yeah, here with a very happy Corey Payne, with a big start of the year for the club.
Yeah, it's been good. We're 3-0, a lot better than last year, a lot better personally. You know, being out injured last year. Starting to get some combinations, and we played all right again today.
Yeah, your combinations, obviously a couple of right-hand offloads today for Ben Barber. You must be telling him to sniff with you.
Yeah, we've been working a little bit on that in the off-season, just getting into Benny to back me up, be on my right arm, and we got some joy from it today.
We got some joy and also some big hits. Your shoulder was stinging there at one stage.
Yeah, it was a bit of a stinger. I tried to smash Rosie, you know. Sort of bounced off him, but you know, it was all good.
A great win for the club, Corey. All the best.
Thanks, man.
We talk about Jason Rolls. Corey Payne just said he tried to put a shot